It's Don here from the board. Thanks for coming along and checking out this video. Today we're just going to have a quick look at a Hotswap switch puller that I bought off Banggood. Now this is 100% not sponsored or paid for, provided for by Banggood. I bought this out of my own money, so everything and anything I say here is 100% unbiased. So the context here is that a lot of keyboards these days are hot swappable by design. In terms of where I came from and how long I've been around in the keyboard space, not that I'm trying to be all gatekeeping and in that fashion, the majority of boards were soldered in. And so it wasn't really that big a deal of a tool requirement to have a switch puller. If anything, the tools that we were really after back then were just keycap pullers and switch top removal tools or switch top opening tools, because the actual switch was soldered in. But these days, practically everything that comes out now are designed for hot swap, even though my personal preference is still for soldered boards. So having a switch puller is a pretty standard piece of kit for most people now, for most boards that get shipped as well. So let's have a look at the monitor on what I'm talking about as what I've purchased. And so here it is. It is a hot swappable switch puller box cherry switch experience device wire puller multifunction tool for mechanical gaming keyboards. Classic long-winded description. I bought it at $5.99 US. At the time, I think it was less than $10 shipped, because the Australian dollar was much better than it is now. Now it sits around $9 something plus $4 something Australian for shipping. So you'll see, it's not the most cheapest of options out there for sure, but it's not crazy expensive either. So this is a box design that sits over the top of the switch by the looks of it, and then it's got these little arms that seem to pull out, hook around, and then it should pull the switch and keep it inside the housing. There are a couple of other brands that produce them. I think there's a Kale made puller. I think Cherry might even have one as well, but this is a pretty generic product, and it was cheap, so I thought I'd grab one and check it out. Okay, so that's what we're going to see and what we're going to expect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to existing tools. So here is my generic $3 switch puller that I got from Laser Ninja a long time ago, and that's just what I've been using for a really long time. And here is the actual one that came with this keyboard. So I'm going to be using the Ajaz AK873, which is their collaboration with Narcotics. Okay, so nice and simple. And basically this came with a wire puller, keycap puller on one side, and then a switch puller on the other. It's much the same, except in terms of simplicity, it's literally just a bit of bent wire. This is my own made keycap puller that I'll be using instead of that, because that you got to bend that open, whereas at least that's starting angle. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take off H, pop. Okay, so with the $3 puller, I can just go in, I can squeeze it top and bottom, gently under, wiggle it, and voila, it's out. Plenty of ease, get in, get out, no mess. Doesn't really require you to take out the other switches. So let's put this back in carefully. There we go. Let's try the default one. It goes in okay-ish, yeah. There's not a lot of clearance to the actual top of the switch, because when you have a look at that bending in, right? So obviously it does give you the clearance that you need, but it's not so comfortable because you are squeezing in a lot closer, whereas this being straight, when you squeeze it in, you've got a bit more width around that. So that worked okay, no issues there. So is it really worth having a fancy ejector? Now it's in this bag, it's still sealed, it's got my address on the other side, but look, it's still stuck. So let's just chop it from back here. There we go. That's all there is to it. So it is packaged, made in China, no name, no brand. What have we got? Bit of that broken cardboard I just ripped off. All right, wow, it's good, it's solid. It's definitely plastic 100% of the way on the outside. The top of that has a textured surface, although I would have probably preferred that to be smooth because that's just going to collect grime and dust and fill in, so you'd have to clean that out. The bottom of it, it looks like there is a hex screw bolt there into the mechanism, and there's the arm. So if I press that, okay, so it's just ejecting out the arms, and then it pulls in slightly. You can see how it's flush with the casing, and then it just extends out a fraction. So, but the spring tension on that's actually pretty good. So I think that should help with automatically pulling that up. So I guess we will put it down over the top of the switch, maybe? Yeah. No, did not capture my switch. Did not capture my switch again. Am I supposed to pull this up? Aha, there we go. Okay, third time's the charm. All right, so it's done the job, but I think just trying to get the right angle and flush so that it actually sits in and gets the hooks underneath where the switches need to be might take a little bit of getting used to. So let's just, well, it kicked it out pretty well. Let's try that again. So let's put that back in. Snap. Okay, so top and bottom. I can't just push that in because it won't hook, because obviously the hooks are in the way, so I need to open it up. I'll line it up top and bottom. Now I've got to push that all the way down, I think, and then, oh, nope, it was trying to pull it, but it didn't actually get it out. Now if I pull and push my thumb up against this bit, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think that's the trick to it. If you're going to use this particular one, I don't know what the other ones are like. It's kind of neat, but at the same time it's not. Ooh, just bent the pin there. You come back straight. Okay, get you back in there. There we go. So push down, top and bottom, let it go, but then you have to apply pressure up against the top so that it actually keeps the arms in. If you don't do that, then it seems that it's probably just going to pop out. So let's go back in again. One more time, just to test this theory. So this time I'm just going to pull it out without putting my thumb against the top. So we're going to open the arms, get it in, get it down. Seems to be maybe captured, and yeah. So if you don't actually brace it, it does not seem to want to grab onto that. Yeah, it's just popping out. You really need to brace it, and then it will come with it. I actually don't like it. The reason is that's not comfortable. And if you have to do that, that doesn't work either. If they want you to put it down and brace it, that design, the head of that needs to probably be at a different angle, or maybe you can have like a lip that comes out, so when you put it down and you can actually pull it like that. Or actually, you know what, let's be fair. Let's be fair. And maybe I'm doing it wrong because I'm grabbing it by the body and not grabbing it by the top. So eject, push down, and pull. All right, that didn't really push it all the way down. Okay, so that does work, but I don't think that was really a great experience, honestly. It's a bit fiddly. I think that's really the best way I would describe it, is it's probably a bit fiddly. I get it that it is trying to support the switch and holding it in, Maybe the other designs out there are a little bit better, but this one, that was okay. I think it's really just a matter of getting used to it and having the style for it, because I feel like just the way that I use tools, I want to have a really good grasp on it. I'm probably slowly fatiguing this pin here. One more time. Okay, open, down, on, in, and then, okay. All right, so I'm going to say it works. It's probably not the most ergonomic in terms of its design and features, whereas just the old classic pinchy style tweezers, I can just go in and voila, it's really quick. This is a little bit more fancy, yeah, but is it worth the effort? I'm going to probably say no. If you're patient and you're afraid of using the tweezers, or you've had bad experiences with tweezers, possibly because the arms can bend if you squeeze too tight, or the metal's really poor quality. These ones are really soft. These are IC pullers, I believe, in general. But I have seen cheaper ones where the arms do actually bend quite easily over time as well if you squeeze them too hard. But $3 back then anyway, I don't know what they sell for now, but they're only a couple of dollars versus $10 plus shipping. I think the simple is still going to win out. Okay, so there you go. There is the verdict. Now, of course, if you do want to check out this puller, I will have a link below. It's probably just going to be one of my affiliate links. If you want to get one at the rate that you get affiliates anyway, it's only going to be really cents to the dollar. But of course, anything that you check out will certainly help me get more random stuff like this. That's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you like checking out keyboard stuff, science stuff, engineering stuff, woodworking stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll know when I get another one of my random videos out there. Well, thank you very much for coming along and checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this puller versus simple pullers, and any other thoughts around what kind of stuff you want to see me do, make, try, test out in the future. As usual, until next time, happy clacking.